I want your comment on that, and then secondarily, I ended up getting contacted by somebody who said that Colonel Anthony Schaefer wanted to be on the show of Able Danger, and then he came on and said, I agree with the 9/11 investigation. I agree with people that think something's going on here. I can't tell you everything I know, but the government allowed these attacks to happen, and they wouldn't let us go after al-Qaeda because they want their own private army, Blackwater and others, and so they don't want our own army going after these people. So what's going on with Blackwater right now, A, and then B, what do you think of what Schaefer has to say, tying it into Sibel Edmonds?
Well, I definitely think that Blackwater was basically used as a CIA proprietary. Eric Prince, of course, already had a lot of money. He inherited from his father, Edgar Prince, a big automotive tycoon. So there was money already there, and Prince comes along, sets up this operation. The CIA uses it. Prince hires a lot of former CIA officials into Blackwater. Then he's doing these puff piece interviews for Vanity Fair. He's really looking for sympathy. I think what he's doing is graymailing. He's graymailing the CIA saying, look, if you continue to allow me to be prosecuted or threats of prosecution, my employees to be prosecuted, lawsuits, I'm in a position to expose a lot more than us just trying to kill some guy in Hamburg and AQ Khan in Pakistan and running other hit squads.
And then he ups the ante and says, give me $1 billion contract.
Exactly, and this is what he's doing. This is called graymailing. Oliver North did it during his trial. That's why they threw all the charges out against North, because he was in a position to bring down the Reagan administration. It's really the same thing here. It's the same tactic being used. And Prince is using it, I would say, with a lot of advice from people at the CIA, urging him on. We want you to be out there to make these gray mail threats so our other covert operations can be safe and secure.
And he's not worried about having a kayak accident.
I don't think so. I think Prince is basically doing this with a wink and a nod from people in the CIA because he knows that the members of Congress, the intelligence oversight committees, are going to get the message loud and clear about graymailing, and so is the Obama administration. Hence, we see that they're prepared to give him this big contract to train the Afghan.
And notice now, it doesn't matter how many of his employees get indicted, how bad it gets. They say Blackwater's suddenly wonderful again.
That's right, and what we know about their activities, I see Judge T.S. Ellis here in the Eastern District of Virginia, what's known as the CIA rocket docket in Alexandria, threw out the lawsuits against Blackwater, but there was a John Doe 2 and a John Doe 1 former Blackwater employees that said this company was involved in everything from child prostitution to tax evasion to money laundering to drug smuggling to weapons smuggling. You name it, this company was involved with it. And, of course, Prince knows that. And that's why he's basically graymailing. I call it blackmail. I think letting him off the hook by calling it graymailing, but blackmail is illegal. So he's going to he's graymailing the government and saying, look, I can release even more if you Justice Department lawyers want to play games with me.
And clearly, the Army is in a turf war. They don't like Blackwater.
No, and most uniformed people don't, not only because of the wage the disparity between the low wages paid to our military uniformed personnel as opposed to the money that the Blackwaters of the world make, but also the fact is that when these mercenaries in their civilian garb commit an atrocity, the retaliation, people are going to look for the guys wearing the American patch on their uniform, and they're the ones who are going to get retaliated against. And the uniformed personnel are sick and tired of being the targets for atrocities committed by these mercenaries like Blackwater and the others out there. And I've been told this by people actually long before Iraq and Afghanistan, when some of these mercenaries were starting to show up in Africa. Uniformed officers were telling me that they despised the presence of these people on the ground.
Well, look at what Sibel Edmonds says she got. She was listening to the FBI intercepts at the FBI, and it was the CIA involved in child kidnapping, involved in narcotics trafficking. And I mean, these people are just pure evil. Let's take a call or two here. Let's talk to Mark in Georgia. You're on the air with Wayne Madsen. Go ahead, Mark.
Hi. God bless you. You're ever in our prayers. I guess I've used that one a few times. This may be a bit off topic. Tharatan is the Greek word that's translated as beast in Revelation 13. I believe we're looking at the rider with the scales, which when people are hungry and homeless and desperate, they may do things that they would not otherwise do. I think we need to recognize that this system is not merely corporeal. And I understand you're getting upset about things that people have said before that sounds defeatist. I think we want to clarify. Every pocket of resistance that does not bow to the beast is a victory. And their
Mark, I appreciate your call. I appreciate your call, but I'm going for questions here for Wayne Madsen. Paul in Pennsylvania, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hello, Alex.
Go ahead.
Yes, my question for him is about the brain scanners. And I'm one of the groups that's going to target with it, actually. You might say this is immoral, but I certainly don't think it should be criminal. I'm a racist, and I have severe concerns about that when I walk down the street one day and look at a black person hostilely, I'm going to get arrested.
All right, let me stop and get a comment from Wayne. This is all quackery. What they do is they say these defense companies make money off the body scanners. Now they say brain scanners. It's like lie detectors. It's just a new quack machine to say you're guilty. Wayne Madsen.
Right, and I just wonder how much money Michael Chertoff, who's got a financial stake in the body scanners, has in these brain scanning machines. I understand Homeland Security is considering them. It should be stated that Chertoff still is a paid consultant to Janet Napolitano, the Homeland Security Secretary, just like John Negroponte is still consulting over at the State Department. These are outrages, more outrages from Obama.
Yep, we'll be back. More calls.